bringing some order into the discussion.
Supervisor.
I'd like to throw out one idea on that. I noticed that the assessor's office budget is under budget, and part of that, I guess, is because of salary savings, which means that they're probably short of help there. I really feel and have felt for the last 10 years that there's a lot of assessment out there that's not on the tax rolls. And not only hurts the counties, it hurts the school districts, it hurts the college, it hurts all fire districts. And, you know, there are companies out there that go out and find, it's not as hard now as it used to be. When we first started this program 10 years ago, we had to hire an outfit to fly over and take pictures. Now through Google Maps, you can get the same service for virtually nothing. So, and there are outfits that go out there and get the things on the tax rolls, you know, and I just feel that there's a tremendous amount of revenue out there. In my opinion, it's just fair taxation that we're not getting. I know some people say we are, but the fact of the matter is we're not getting. And it's a sizable revenue source. So rather than talking about new taxes or different taxes, why don't we do a better job on the existing one we have? And I think it's something we need to explore. And I'm not saying hiring staff to do it, because it's basically a one-time deal. Maybe hire, because there's businesses that do that for a business, to hire them and do a real good assessment and get some of these $1 million houses that are built out in the backwoods that are not on the tax rolls. So
Okay.
I think
I will add that to the
we're really
list.
missing the boat there, and it's something that I think needs to be, we need to really look into in depth, because it's not a small item. And it's, to me, it's not about a new tax, it's just fair taxation.
Okay, I will add that to the list. But these are things that we'll work on over this next year.
And Alice and I concur, because there's a great number of new buildings being built. Residences being built for uses other than residing in the residence. So there's a lot of taxation that's not really being counted due to maybe the danger of counting it, for lack of a better term. One other item that I continue to push for, and maybe not calling it a fee, but we heard a presentation last week in regards to music festivals going on in this county, and 6 new additional festivals in the northern part of the county going to be coming forward. We had some discussion about the impacts, et cetera, and I continue to push, much to the upset of some of my colleagues. I really believe that of the tens of thousands of people that come to this county to attend one or more of these festivals, a simple dollar per head tax fee, whatever you want to call it, is reasonable when you're paying $150 per ticket to attend these things. This is a source of revenue that I think we need to come to grips with, of much in the line of sales tax. It's paid for mostly by out-of-county residents. Now, they do pay their fair share for the services that are required, and that's where fees come from. I think we need to leap over this hurdle and say this is an additional revenue application that we ought to look towards. Whatever the amount, get past that decision and move on, because now I think we're well in excess of 10 or 12 of these festivals a year, maybe up to 16 or 18, and if each one of them had 1,000 to 3,000 people, there's 1,000 to 3,000 additional dollars per festival that we might have some room to play with at $1 per head. And I don't think $1, I don't think $5, I don't think $10 these folks are going to balk at. It's just part of attending the festival. So whether or not I stir up some of my colleagues' angst, it needs to be said. I said it 3 years ago, I said it 2 years ago. We need to come to grips, and I either get outvoted or we look at it as a new source of revenue and we move to that point. So.
Okay.
One other point along that line that we actually brought it up here a couple of meetings ago, as far as on our legislative agenda, the taxing of internet sales. I think Mendocino County is missing the boat big time. I know last internet sales between the last Christmas season and the previous Christmas season was, the sales were 6 times greater. selling 10 times more shoes over the internet don't have to pay any, it's about fair taxation. And I guess we're moving forward that to all on our legislative, I think that's a real important one. And it's, because we're missing a tremendous amount of sales tax revenue in that area, more every year.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
well, that was a good discussion, and as I said, these are things we'll focus on over the next year. Obviously, they're not gonna impact the budget starting July 1, but we need to look at that. Funny how my spacing changed. Looked fine on my, anyway, so, that brings us to revenue projections. We're putting together the budget, designing the budget, as I said. You start off with the priorities. We just went through the guidelines that we're keeping in mind as we put that together. And then you look at your revenue projections for 2008. So the sales tax revenues are projected to be slightly lower than in prior years, and that obviously is a reflection of the economy.